Hey guys, this is Decreet and today we are playing Farming Simulator. Yesterday, or the previous episode, we did some really great work. We gone into our sheep pen, we made sure that everything was set up for them regarding food and water, and we are good to go on those. So we currently have sheep and horses completely good. At the end of the episode we went over to the shop and we got this nice seeding setup which will allow us to put anything on the field which we want, of course. We will be starting off with oat because we currently don't have no more oat in the silo, and once that oat is harvested we will probably put in something else to make sure that we can feed our animals later on. So right off the bat we are going to start with a very small time lapse where we completely seed this field, field 2 on our farm. Once the time lapse is finished, I will of course come back. So guys, see you soon. Just lining up for the last row which we need to seed. Hope you enjoyed the small time lapse. It's not too big of a field, but it certainly could use the work we did on it. We have a nice look on the harvester on our right side here, the Ideal 9T. And after this we will be checking the map to see what is left to do on our fields. We have some lime which we need to check if our field is okay. We also need to check the fertilizer, so let's do that now. Okay, so no weeds, we need lime, and there is no plowing needed on our field 2. Field 6 does need plowing, so we need to look into that. It's currently still growing, so we can't harvest it yet. We will of course do that first before we plow the fields. It's better to have a small yield anyway than have completely nothing at all. So for now, let's put away our seeder. Or yeah, let's do these small fields first. I want to have a look how much harvest they actually provide. So maybe after one harvest we can tell if it was worth the investment in work which we need to do on those fields. Because of course if we want to do it correctly we need to fertilize it 2 times, we need to make sure that there is lime, we also need to make sure that seeds are put in, so it's actually quite a big of investment. And of course we want to have profit as well, and it does take quite some time to do everything on the field, and since they are all small we need to maneuver a lot, so we will have to look into that. I am going to put in oats as well, just for the convenience when we do the harvest of the other field, we can come here, do the harvest here as well, and just to make things a bit easier. We did have the fields ready to harvest. I think it was sugar beet, potatoes, and something else, I'm not entirely sure. But we don't have that equipment available in our farm yet, and in my opinion it's not really worth to lease the equipment. And certainly not when we need 3 different ones, and the harvest is really going to be slow. It won't give us any profit at all, so it's better to just clear the state of the field and continue from a fresh start. It may be later on that if this yield is going to be really low, that I just turn them into grass or just leave them how they are. I'm not sure yet what I will do with them. We will have to see in a few days' time. After these fields are done, we need to check out the lime status of the fields. Our second field, which we seeded in the time lapse, also needs to be done with lime, so we have to look into some kind of fertilizer spreader or just a part of equipment which we can use to handle that part of the job. Okay, so now that we did all fields, I will put away the seeder, and I think I will put it in the small shed here. Yeah, that's fine. If I put the front here, maybe a bit further to the back, and then I can put the seeder itself. I can put it in front since we need to use them both together. It doesn't take too much space for later on. Yeah, that's nice. Like this. Okay. Let's lower it. Okay, perfect. Okay, Okay, so I forgot some tiny pieces, but that's okay. And all of them need lime. Okay, that's good. So let's have a look. We need to go to fertilizer technology, I think. Yeah. Let's see, what can we use? I always use the brittle ones up till now. Ooh, this horse really looks nice, but I think it's a bit too wide and too expensive for our farm. That Amazon looks good. It's 26 meters, yeah, it seems to be the thing we are going with. Okay, this really looks good. So we up it to the maximum capacity of 8,200 liters of fertilizer, which is fine, or lime, or whatever we put in it. We put on narrow tires to make sure we don't destroy any crop. Yeah, this setup seems to be really good. So the base cost would be 970, the price per hour 1k, a bit more, and the price per day just under 500, so that's actually pretty cheap if you compare it, because we will be using it every single day on the farm, in game time of course. We need it 2 times at least for 2 layers of fertilizer, so we will be using it a lot. Okay, so let's head back to the shop, we're almost there. Hook up the equipment and fill it up with lime. Look at that. Such a nice predator. It's a mod in the official mod hub, so you don't need to do downloads from a third-party website or something. Just the official in-game mod hub. Okay, so that's hooked up. Let's buy some big bags of lime. I don't think there are pallets. No, doesn't seem to be. Okay, so the big bag. Okay, so the mod one seems to be cheaper, so let's take the normal ones. Of course we have to buy these, you can't really lease them. We will start with 4, which will almost fill up the complete tank. But that should be sufficient for the field, I hope. Our money is currently down up till 370k, just a tiny bit less. So we are still doing great. I do think, however, that we bought the harvester a bit too big for the farm. The investment in money which we need to do each day is not really going to be what we get from the fields together with all the other equipment, so we need to work around that. And probably the harvester will be one of the first things I will change already. I do want to make sure that I can succeed in having a good farm running or up and running instead of having to stop the series because there is no way I can get to positive again without a big loan or without selling land. I do want to make the choices whenever I go for a land that of course it stays in the farm. Okay, so let's take our turn on the second entry. It's a bit wider, easier to maneuver. Or actually, let's just drive to the field, it's just over here. Yeah, it's 26 meters wide, and the previous one I used was a bit less. So let's see, how wide is this actually? Yeah, that's pretty decent. We may be able to cover the field with only 3 times going up and down, maybe 4 times. This is one of the nice things which goes with lime or fertilizer work on the field. The range of the equipment is so wide that you get the field done so quickly. It's really nice. Let's not bump in the harvester, drive a bit backwards, line up correctly. That seems to be good. Okay, so I think we need to drive up and down again. Let's have a look right in the middle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that won't work. No, almost. Unfortunately. Okay, this will work definitely. So we spent about 1800 for the lime, which delivered us about 8,000, and we still need to do the small fields, but we have about 4.4k left, so actually that was really okay. Only 2 bags. I probably can do them in one go, I hope. Oh no, I can't. Okay, so this is going to be a messed up. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this part is done now. Let's do the other side as well. Ugh. Okay. Let's do that last part as well. See, so actually we used about 8 to 900 lime on this field. Or 3 small fields, while on the others we used 3.6k. And it's way bigger, so because we need to start up and stop and the maneuvering was a bit bad, so we could have used less, that's fine. But yeah, it costs a lot of time to get those fields done. They are in a difficult situation or location to work with. Let's head back to the shop, let's get some fertilizer pallets. I think they are about 2.4k each. And I hit the stairs. Won't make it like that upstairs though. Okay, so let's add in the shop. I don't think there are big bags? No? Yeah, there are. Okay. Okay, so we're back at the field with the fertilizer. We can just follow the tracks from the line before. The range of the spreading is the same. and fertilizing the fields. The first time will increase the yields with, I think, 50%. Okay, that seems to be lining up as well. This will, of course, also be a really quick job. The second time we fertilize the field will be when the next growth stage hits on the field. You can't do 2 times fertilizing in one growth stage. That's not possible, or not at least when you do them right after each other. That doesn't work. If you do fertilizing before you actually start seeding the field, you can do fertilizing straight after again, and that makes you be able to do it in one go. But I didn't have the equipment back then, so we will need to check up on the field on a later moment to make sure we have that 100%. Let's turn back. And this field is now also almost, now it is done for the jobs that we can do at the moment. There are no weeds yet. They will pop in at some point. It's one time each complete cycle that the field has that the weeds can happen. If you destroy them either with a weeder or with a herbicide spreader, they will be gone and there is no need to look at them again. Okay, so let's put the Amazon here next to the cedar. That's done. Let's open our map and check on the fields to see what it looks like. Okay, so the fertilizer is actually done really good, apart from some small parts, but that's fine. Our field 6 is still not ready to harvest, so what we can do now is take the mower. Let's put away the John Deere here for now. And we still have one field of grass which we can mow completely. I will put in a time lapse again, and I'll catch you guys once the mowing is done. See you guys soon. second part of the farm, as you can see here quickly. There you go. So we did the other two fields already. We need to check that top part, but I think it's forest. And we also have field 6, which is currently still not ready to harvest, so we need to pause a bit more time. But what I've been thinking is that maybe we should consider buying an extra field. So if we have a look at what is currently growing, it's wheat on field 1. That may be interesting because we can use it for our animals as well. Let's head back with the mower. We will look in the field in the next episode. I thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. And let me know something in the comments what you would like to see in this series. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.